this makes sure that the users cannot access certain parts of the application without logging in first. So this prevents users from checking out like hidden functions which they're not supposed to get into without maybe logging in. And then you can potentially do different levels of users. So you can maybe do admin, regular user, user that's been created but not confirmed yet. So you can do multiple layers that way. We're just going to do really basic login or not. So let's do authenticated.js, and inside here we're going to do module exports function request and next, something like that. We want to specify use strict. And then we can actually check to see if it's a sockets connection or just your typical HTTP connection. So I'm just going to copy this in just because it's not that long, and so we can finish that off. So bam, there we go. There we go, finish that off. So here we're checking for the sockets connection, and here's the, so this is your real-time sort of connection over the internet you can do with the WebSockets, and here's your typical HTTP request. So we're just checking to see if it's authenticated. Again, that's an inbuilt passport function we're checking, and if it's allowed, if it's authenticated, we'll continue with the process. If it's not allowed, it will return to the page /explore. /explore would be your like landing page where you would have a YouTube video or something, some about page, contact us, that type of stuff. You know, maybe your policies or whatever. That will be sort of on the outside of your application. You can put that there. In this case, we're just saying explore. Okay, on to the next page. So we'll save that, close that down. We don't need to see that again. Okay, so we nearly have an application. Let's see, does it crash yet? So let's say Sails lift. Oh, okay, I found my problem. So I should have said .strategy there, I believe. Let's see what happens. All right, let's just do npm install passport. So let me just reinstall those actually. Passport strategy. And local. So that was a bit of a fail, but you know, things do happen like that. Luckily we found that little error. Okay, what's it saying now? Oh boy. Okay. npm install So originally when I did the install, I wasn't in the root directory. Okay. Now let's try it. Sails lift. Local strategy requires a verifier callback. Okay. Config passport. Verified callback. Okay, whoops. I shouldn't have put that bracket there. So remove that bracket and that should work. So should look something like that. Actually put that back one. And then okay, so I'm missing one more. There we go. Oops, that one there is the MongoDB database on the local system. Try that again. Sails lift. There we go. We're getting somewhere. Yep. Now that's hunky dory. So shut that down. Okay, let's configure some of these settings. So config, let's just take a look what's going on. So let's go to sessions. So here's our secret. We want to use the local MongoDB system for the sessions, because if we don't use the system, every time you restart the server, you're forcing all your users to re-log in. And if you have multiple web servers, you want to all share the one sort of database system to recognize the sessions. As this, because if your application if your user ends up going to a new server in your server pool, it will require them to re-log in, and they'll get quite annoyed. So let's add that in there. So just copy and paste that in there. So it will create in our database. It'll create a collection called sessions, which will store all that type sort of information there. That's off their Sails.js website. This information. Okay. Next thing, what do we want to see and talk about? So I'll talk about routes in a second. Actually, let's do that right now. So let's save that. Let's go to routes. So here's our homepage. So we actually want to we want to add one here. So let's add one called explore, and we'll just specify the view. So pages/explore. So pages is in the views here, pages. So there's home page. We're going to create a new file called pages. Oops, hang on. My mistake. Delete that. This page is already here. So we want to create a new file, and we want to call that explore.ejs. Homepage, we can rename that to dashboard. Layouts, that's fine. So dashboard, we'll just get rid of, we'll deal with that later on. So explore. Now we want to add the authentication system to get that all up and running. So we want to do the get for the views. So login and register. So we want to say, so for the authentication, we want to do a get /login. This will view the, let's say, user/login, to comma. Register. Okay, we've got the registers all done. And the home page, let's just say, instead of doing a view here, we're going to use the class controller to handle that. So let's just say, what are we going to do? We're going to do, actually, we don't need the brackets here. We're going to say dash, so we're going to create a controller called dashboard. Controller dot, just say index page. Render the index. Something like that. Oops, sorry about that. And once we've done that, we also want to do the post as well for the forms. So we want to do one for login and register. So don't forget the comments. The comma. And then we want to do, so post login, so same thing, but here we're doing post instead of get, and we're going to the authentication controller to the login. So .login represents this this login right here, and register links up to this one here. And also we want to do logout. We can actually do it here. Actually, here's fine. So auth controller.logout. So once we've done that, I think that'll be enough to get up and running. So let's just say, what shall we do here? Let's just do H1. Welcome to the Passport test app. And then let's just say href/register and new line, we'll just say a login. So you would also create, if you're creating your own application, you would make one for potentially forgot password, recent activation code. Maybe you would add all those extra things in here. So this is just the bare minimum to get up and running. So explore, we'll copy all this, delete all that. Actually, no, we don't. We just want to maybe delete half of the stuff. We don't need any of this garbage. Yeah, get rid of all that. Bam, gone. Actually, yeah, no, we do want to get rid of it. So this is the dashboard. And then I'll show you quickly how to use EJS system to include some model information into your template. So let's say, so with EJS you use the right hand side bracket %equals. So equals means it gets rid of the HTML tag, so it's just pure value. And let's just say user.username, something like that. So this will show us the username, and then to finish it you just close the brackets like that. So, and then we can say maybe welcome the username, something like that. And then we can say maybe let's do an A here, logout, href logout. Hopefully that's what it's called. Yep, that's all good. Layouts, what does that look like? So layouts just includes the body, which is fine. Change the title, so test passport test app. Save that. That's all good, don't worry about that. Okay, so let's create a new, in our views, let's create a new folder called user. And inside there, let's create a new file called register.ejs. And login.ejs. So here we'll create the HTML forms for to log in for the users. So let's just, I'm gonna cheat a little bit and copy from my help here. So login, bam, easy. That's in there. Register. I will do this. So we'll get rid of the terms and conditions. We won't do that for today. So get rid of that. Delete that. We only have one password field. We won't check for password. get rid of that. And potentially we can say add a description, which is cool. So we can say, I'll show you how to do that actually. Okay, so cut that, save that, delete that. Register, we'll plug this in up here. Okay, so we have choose our username. So when you're using Sails, everything. So when you do the request body the title to grab the data, it's based on the name field. So name, username, email. What is this name? We're going to change this one to email. What's the other one? Password? No, password. This one's going to be description. Description. Something like that. But actually here we're going to say text area instead. So name, description, there we go. So let's just clean that up a little bit, save it. Thank you for watching, guys, so far. This is part 3 of 4 videos. Check out the link below for the quick cheat sheet guide to create the application. Any further links to the website and the GitHub page you'll find down in the below. And stay for the next video. The final video will get this application up and running and completed. See you now. And as always, guys, stay awesome.